Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you're having an awesome day. Today, I want to talk about something that's pretty important to me, and it's my daily and weekly schedule. Now, I've talked about my schedules before, but I just want to reiterate what it is that I'm doing. So, first of all, to build a great business, you have to build great habits. I'm sure there's a famous quote out there, something related or along the lines of what I just said, but it's very true. It wasn't until about 3 months ago that I truly sat down and figured out what my habits needed to be. I had some good habits before, but actually stopping and strategizing on what it should be and what really needs to be done, what do I need to make sure that I do every week, just recently happened. And I can't tell you how much of a difference it's made in building my business, ensuring that the things that are too easy to get distracted away from doing gets done. And it's been just a huge part of just recent uptick in growth of my business and just personal development as well. So first of all, I have about 3 or 4 days of the week where I schedule out or block out about an hour time, and it's not really a lot. Going an hour. I think it's just 3 days that I have set up that I just have to get some things done, and so I'm going to go through that. And I have my calendar here, so I'm going to pull it up, and so I can talk about it. Let's see. Okay, so for every Monday, I have a notification that says basically create a YouTube video. Going into YouTube has been an interest of mine for probably several years now. I've had a lot of information that I wanted to put out there and help people with, but I just haven't been doing it. So I finally just set a habit and said, look, I want to learn how to speak to the camera better. I want to be able to learn how video production is done. Not that I'm doing anything professional besides turning with the camera on, but it definitely gives me some different insights. So that's what I have on Monday, is make sure I post 2 things to YouTube. Another thing is posting to Facebook, keeping status updates done for my business page, and just making sure that I'm staying as engaged as possible. I don't have a big page, it's probably 500 or 600 likes. But I've seen a very big interest come whenever I post videos like this and put it on Facebook as well, or whenever I actually post real stuff. One of my guys a couple years ago, I had him just posting updates, I think every day, but he was just scheduling things and he was sharing posts, and nothing was original or unique content. The point of it was just to retain, some sort of liveliness, but it didn't really actually give people a lot of information that they couldn't already find. So going to this format of video and blog posting and status updates has really been much more valuable, and people have engaged with it with a lot more. So I do the same for LinkedIn. I'm also now going to other YouTube channels and commenting on there, and talking about my own channel, and offering people a chance to go to my channel and check it out, and get some useful information from that. So that's something new that I just added this past week. So a long story short, that is Monday, and again, that takes maybe an hour to do all those things. But by doing that, there's a lot of smaller things that I'm learning, a lot of smaller things that's happening as a result of me doing all that stuff. I'm not going to go into detail as to what those things are because it's just a lot, but that's takes probably an hour, so it's not that difficult. It just needs to be done. Every Tuesday, I have what I call, and I title all these, it's called Educate and Increase. And educating is reading a book, or watching a program, or buying a program and learning from it. And what's so important for me in that respect, I've always been a voracious reader. A lot of personal development, a lot of technical books. That's never been a problem for me. But going directly into marketing and advertising specifically, I haven't done a lot of that in the past. So I'm really diving in and building my skill set as much as possible, learning from other experts specifically for what my business does. So that's been a huge help. My knowledge has increased tenfold over the past 2 years than it did for the past 8 years. So the increased part is continuing to add more people to my network on LinkedIn and Facebook. So that's what that is. And then on Thursday, it's basically reaching out to people who are in my network, calling them, messaging them online, and just seeing if there's other opportunities out there. So just those activities alone, and there is one more recurring notification, is building a marketing campaign and continuing to optimize the ones that I have. So all those activities are customer producing activities and getting me closer to another customer, building my business. And those are things that are so easily missed and skipped because I did it for almost 8 years, honestly. And everybody else does the same thing. That's why most companies are still small, because they're not advertising. They're not continually looking for new prospects. And only those that are always out there and prospecting are the ones that are winning. They're the ones that are biggest companies. There's just so many, especially in my industry, so many small companies, so many. They struggle and struggle and struggle for years. But the problem was they just didn't have enough customers. They didn't have enough opportunities to where they could turn down the bad jobs, to where they can take on the bigger jobs. And that's really the biggest piece missing. So anyway, that's a side rant. Long story short, just block out some time to think about what your week should look like. What are the activities that you continually ignore, and just put them into the calendar and make sure you follow it. You've got to really commit to what you've set in front of yourself. If you feel like there's an activity that is on your calendar but you keep ignoring it, then it's possible that instruction or that task is not clear enough, or it's too big of a task, and you should break it down into smaller steps. I've had to do that continuously. I put something out there, I had an idea, and I would just keep ignoring the idea. First of all, because I was busy and had other stuff to do, but second of all, because it was just there was so much ambiguity to it. There was so much work that had to be done. It was easier just to push it off. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Just bottom line, build good habits and build in notifications that you've really thought through the tasks that have to be done every single week. And if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, it better be prospecting and getting new clients. That needs to be at least some of your activities. So I hope you have an awesome day. I hope this was helpful. Comment below if you have any questions. I'd love to start doing some more Q&A. I've had some people ask me, privately message me, asking questions. So I'd love to answer questions. Sometimes it's difficult to talk about generic or general things. So having specific questions just make it so much easier and more fun. So this is James, and I'm CEO of Bright ID Marketing. Have an awesome day.